Welcome to another episode, Middle Ground with JLE, L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That is the theme song, Detroit Love, from my first album, the JLE Experience. I own all the copyrights. Don't mute nothing on Facebook. Gotta say that. I want to welcome another great guest to the show, website architect and full stack web developer, transforming DIY sites into digital marketing powerhouses for consultants, coaches, and speakers with website strategies, co-host of Real Talk Live podcast, and founder CEO of Brooklyn Custom Designs, the brand misfit Charlene Brown, Doctor of Management. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you for doing it. All right, we're gonna get right into it. First question: what led you to this path?
Oh my God. It was almost like by accident. I did not have intentions of being a web developer. But because I was doing my own thing, helping friends know what music not to go get and what to listen to, I was just creating my own websites and working with my mentor, Zaji. I kind of she opened up the door to show me that there were so many people in our community that were great, especially women entrepreneurs. They've been around for so long
Okay.
and they just, didn't have a presence online. And this was years ago in 2000, 2005. They didn't have a presence. So, through her, I was able to see, you know what, let's work together and let's see what we can do to fix whatever they have or get them started. In 2014, I decided to go on my own and keep that momentum going and keep helping more women.
Okay. We got first person showing love. Anthony
Hey,
Reed of the
Anthony.
Kidney Trail saying hello. Great
Yes,
guy,
what's up? What's
former
up?
guest.
Yes.
Now, what are responsibilities of a website architect and full stack web developer?
Our responsibility is to make sure that we can create a well structured website for our clients, making sure that everything that they have is there, functionality is there. And as an architect, I look deeper into understanding what do you need. Sometimes people create websites because they look nice, and you have a lot of stuff on the site that you're not going to use. They're not beneficial to you. They don't allow you to showcase what you do or what you have as a product or anything like that. So it's my job to really sit down and figure out what is it that you need and get that on your site for you, and allow you to be your best self and make that the website a best representative for your business.
Okay, got another one. Partner right here, Gina King, Presser. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that web stuff. Homeboy do. You talking Spanish right now?
Well, always think of it as your marketing. Everybody's when you're in business, you want to be seen, you want to be known. You're marketing yourself. The first thing people do is they jump on social media. That's a great place to get the word out. But then where are you sending people back to? Are you sending them back to a place of confusion? Are you sending them back to another borrowed location? Are you just leasing and renting out somebody else's space like you're in a flea market? So folks got to try to figure out which booth are you at? Did you forget to tell them what booth you're at? So with the website, you don't have to do that. You sending them straight back to your own location. You put your own store up, you did everything, right? You gave them the address, you gave them all of that. So you're sending them just to you. You don't have to compete for voices, nothing. And what your goal is, your ultimate goal is to allow people both organically and through paid means or manual means to always go to your site and not be confused. They know why you're there. They know the purpose of what you do, how you can help them, and they find
Yeah.
everything that they need. If you have a new book, if you're selling something, if you have a new course, all of that is readily available for them to see. or you should be sending them directly to those different departments without you dumping them in front of Macy's and say, now go find your favorite pair of shoes, and they don't even know where the shoe department is, right? So just like with Macy's, they have a whole floor, area where they break down, this is where you want to be. If you want this, you want this, these are the departments. Here's the easy map for you to find the departments. Have
Mm-hmm.
at it, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I agree with Gina. You took him back to flea market.
Yes, the flea market.
Now, what made you start Brooklyn Custom Designs?
Brooklyn Custom Designs was born from a desire to help more of the women in my community. I was in Brooklyn. I saw a lot of women who were just in business for over 10 years, 20
Wow.
years. Nobody knew who they were. And they were doing amazing things, but they were so dependent on word of mouth. They were so
Okay.
dependent on paper flyers that they were running a rat race every time just to make ends meet. They weren't even breaking into the profit zone. They were just trying to break even. And
Hmm.
to me, that was unnecessary. That it just didn't make sense that they were doing all of that. So I did everything I could to learn my skills to improve them. So even though I was creating websites for fun, I wanted to now learn how to create websites for business. How do you make these websites something that people can actually create a profit for themselves without them burning themselves out at the same time? So I had to learn marketing, I had to learn branding, all of that. And most website designers, they don't do that, or developers, they don't do
Okay.
that. They just learn how to get it up. But I needed to take it a step further. I needed to learn how not just to get it up, but how to allow you to make that profit.
Yeah, you went to the gambit.
Had
Yeah, that's
to, had to.
awesome. Okay. Now, how did you come up with the brand Misfit?
The brand Misfit, I was just in another training with this young lady. She is the ghetto country brand mother, and
Okay.
Phyllis Strouder. And I am grateful that I met her. She was able to help me voice what I've been doing all this time. I just never knew how to put it into a simple term. And
Hmm.
with her help, that's where I came up with the brand Misfit, because even though I know branding, I know the functionalities of it and the basics of it, I always put a spin to it, because I never like to do stuff out the box, or do it strictly to the T, because then
Hmm.
before you know it, you're literally doing the same thing everybody else is doing. So what makes you different? So I always like taking things and just switching it up, putting my own spin on it, and I definitely like doing that for my clients as well. So if we see something that we like, let's look at it, see what makes it pop, why do we like it, and then adapt it to what we can do for ourselves.
I can relate with that because some guests I've had thought this was like Dan Rather someone. This ain't no hard hitting journalism. This is a laid back show about you. So I
Right.
want to celebrate you, market you, promote you, because I need you to be comfortable to answer that last question. So this ain't no. Where were you at last night? I ain't looking for all that. Ain't no secret. I go by your website, your LinkedIn, what you've been doing. Come up with the questions. Like there's no secret.
Facts, facts.
Now you co-host Real Talk Live podcast with Mr. Vulnerability, Carl Shot Watkins. How did that come about?
Yes. That came because he and I were in a video challenge together, and
Okay.
I would go to the challenge meetings with my camera off, and it would be like 21 days, but we did it for like 7 rounds or whatever, and the folks barely saw me on camera, and he always joked about it. He's like, "Why are you in this challenge and you never on camera?" I was like, "I don't know." So he and I just hit it off. We talked offline, and he really was saying to me, people don't know you. They don't see you. You're not really active on social media. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not a social media person. I think it drains a lot if you don't have a true purpose on there. And I never like to just be random. I like to know exactly why am I here. So he just teamed up with me and said, you know what, let's just go live. Let's see how we like it. Let's get you doing video. Let's get you comfortable with video. And before we knew it, it just took off that we were doing a show once a week, and we started bringing people on. And before we realized we had to have 2 days, even that wasn't enough because people were just booking up the calendar. So it was just so much fun just talking, and we both, just like you, we both wanted a show that was just laid back, something just relaxing, especially for our guests. And we had a lot of people who were like me. They weren't on camera, or they weren't comfortable being by themselves. So we said, you know what, break into video with us. Like get comfortable with us. Just relax and let the community get to know you.
Man, I had no intention to be doing what I'm doing right now. Anchor was all
All
over
right.
me.
I was like, I'll write something.
Like, oh, audio? Man, I could do that all day, no problem.
Okay.
I didn't get on LinkedIn until when I had to do it for a class project. Last time I used it, like marketing yourself on LinkedIn. Oh, you did that for a class project. Let me start using this. Then I learned, oh, this is grown folks. This ain't no playing games. Like you get on here, you better make sure to keep your stuff up to date. People will
See?
search to see what you want. Who is this guy? Okay, so I'm like stranger danger, reaching out to people. Like, be on your show, man. I don't know you, but they do. Claire Mitchell, she coached me up. She's a former guest. Like, I interviewed her, and she was on my page. Like, oh, you need to tighten that up. Tighten that up. I'm like, oh, this stuff for real, for real.
Right,
okay.
Right.
But it is an amazing tool to use.
It is.
The videos out here.
It's relaxed. It relaxed itself, because I remember on LinkedIn, if you didn't have a suit in your photo, people didn't take you seriously, and I'm like, so
I ain't gonna lie.
They relax.
I don't know you. Stranger danger. Where your picture at? We got mine up.
Yes, and a lot of CEOs on LinkedIn, there's a lot that don't have their photos for whatever reason. So I had to really think about saying yes to folks who don't have their photos. Like, why wouldn't you have your photo? Let me see how legit your bio is. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Now, Gina has a great question. Do you run any challenges for your clients?
Challenges meaning like 30-day challenges? Not really. Most of my clients haven't had me run challenges for them, but I would set up the funnels. I'll set up their pages for them for the challenges, so that way they can they know what to do. And what I do a lot of is strategy. So if they need to understand, okay, I want to do a challenge. How do I get my website involved? How do I get people to come to the website? How do I get people to go there to get all the information? I'll help them set up that as well. What type of technology they should invest in? What's the process they should be creating to include their website in it? And a lot of times what I've seen work is when people have their challenges, you can send the emails out, send people to the website to read more about the challenge. So you'll have a blog post ready for people to take people there, and then they'll see the details, they'll see some examples, anything like that. And then you give them some downloads from the website itself. So it not only does it keep them there longer, it allows you to engage with them. So you can even put a video on that same page with all the information for them.
Mm-hmm. You're doing it all. All not control. I understand.
Yep.
You have anything to market? What you got coming up?
Oh, well, the main thing I have coming up right now is the Next Level Business Moves Summit at nextlevelbusinessmove.com. It's me, my co-host Carl Sean Watkins. He's doing the mindset session. I also have Michelle Barzalo. She's with us. She's doing the graphics and visuals, how to visualize and allow people to focus on what your message is. Of course, I'm coming in with the website strategy, how to put it all together and prepare yourself for trademark. And then we have Auntie Donna Brown. She's doing the trademark piece on why it's important, because so many small business owners, we create so much, we're so busy creating that we're not thinking about protecting anything that we're doing. And it's not just enough to put it out there saying, oh, I put it out first. You have to actually start taking some steps. So if you have to challenge people who come in, because we've seen it, 2020, 2021, folks was getting jacked.
Ooh,
Folks were
man,
getting
like that.
taken. Man, folks, if they
Oh,
told someone
no.
an idea, people would take their domain name. They all kinds of stuff, was all type of shenanigans were happening. So that's what that our focus is, to give you actionable steps to protect your business in the long run. Because it's one thing to launch a company, but then as you're leveling up and you're taking it to the next move, then what's the point of not protecting it? What's the point of not thinking ahead? And that's what we want to do. We're giving you that strategy. And we have VIP hot seats where we're going to take an extra 45 minutes with just VIP ticket holders. And we're going to actually go into what your business is and give you set strategies for your business.
Okay. Gina got a question. What's two to three things we should think about to help us choose the perfect social media strategist or strategy?
Oh, okay, great question. One, what is the purpose of you being on social media? Why do you want people to follow you? What's your message? Is number two. What are you telling people every day? Because you have to have that energy to constantly post and talk to people. Are you in love with what you're talking about? And then three, how do you intend to drive them to something? Are you driving them through your videos? You're going to put up your links, of course, but are you driving them to your videos? Are you driving them to a course? Are you going to be consistent to change all the time? Because when you have new things, you need to prepare ahead of time. It shouldn't be you're in third quarter, now you're preparing for your third quarter items. Like
Oh,
most
yeah.
people are right now thinking about 2023 first and second quarter. What are they about to drop? What are they working on? Do they have a challenge that they want to run in 2023? What does that challenge look like? So all of those, your graphics should be getting ready. You should have, especially if you have someone helping you, they should be thinking the same way. How we should be thinking 3 months ahead, a whole entire quarter to 2 quarters ahead. What do we need to prepare? Your graphics, the writing, your emails. What does your funnel look like? So all of those things, you want to make sure that those are what you're thinking about as you're jumping on these social media platforms, because they're also different. So what is it that you have that can drive people? Instagram, we know, is very image and video heavy. Do you have that kind of content? Can you create that amount of content to keep people coming? Facebook is a lot of text, videos, photos as well, but it's text heavy. Do you have enough content? Same thing with Twitter. Twitter's not as text heavy, but still, can you tweet enough? Can you promote yourself enough and be in that space? Because you want to adapt to whatever social media platform you're on. They're not the same. So are you ready and willing to take the time to learn what makes these platforms different and how can you stand out? So you definitely want to make sure that you have those things in mind. Prepare first. Know what it is that you're getting people ready to go see and promote for. And of course, how are you going to engage them? Are you going to be writing more? Are you going to be doing a lot of videos? What is it? What's your purpose? Because you need to prep yourself to create that type of content.
Oh yeah, I wrote all that game down. That's a great question. And she got another one. When is the next move event?
The next level business move is September 24th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So when you head on over to nextlevelbusinessmoves.com, you can grab your ticket. And we have our early special. It ends on September 16th. So right now, that's what we have going, the early bird special. And like I said, the VIP hot seats is where we're going to dig deeper with you and get you to understand what you need to be doing so you can take that next move, because we definitely don't want to have this summit where people just gather information and don't do anything. We want to challenge you through this summit to take action. So as soon as the summit is over, you should be taking action to implement what we're telling you, what we're helping you with. If you know, okay, 2023 is the year that you're going to get trademark, start creating your space now. Create your website. Get your mindset focused on what is it that you're talking to people about. What is your messaging? Allow your visuals to match that messaging, because trademark office, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to see, were you consistently using this? Is this a brand that you're that you're ready to protect? Is it worth protecting? Because if you're not doing anything with it, then what are they protecting it for? Right? Because you can't really say that it's worth anything. You haven't done anything with it.
That just sound cold blooded. Like, get off your butt and do something. That is mine.
It's true.
You ain't
It's
doing nothing with it
true.
though.
It's
I
true.
hear
And
that.
they ask you for proof. They ask you for proof. They ask you to see, they want to see it in action.
Okay, I feel that. Anything else you got going on?
I also have my strategy sessions. So if anyone would like a one-on-one with me, dig a little deeper to see, okay, where should you start? What should you be doing? You can hit me up at brooklyncustomdesigns.com/strategy. That's BKLYN customdesigns.com/strategy. And definitely sit down with me, and I'm happy to help you figure it out, because that's a lot of times what it is. When we think we're ready for our websites, we're not. We don't have content, we don't have copy, we don't have brand images. I have photographers that you can speak to. I definitely have copywriters. If writing is not your thing, that's okay. I have copywriters. We'll help you get together all the things that you need. So when you're ready to create your website, you're creating something with intention and not as a last ditch effort because you feel like you're being left out.
You said left
I've
out.
seen that too. I've seen that too.
Oh, man,
Because
just
2020,
put it
2020
on there.
was a hard stop for me. 2020, I was like,
Oh man.
I got to start going back into the education side, because it's a hot mess out there. 2020 was a hot
Oh
mess.
no.
Folks were doing the most and they weren't ready. And for me, working with me as a developer, it's a 2-month process, because I had to bake this in an entire month of us going through your strategy, creating your website strategy, getting you ready. What's your content looking like? Okay, do you need a content copywriter? Let's get it going. Let's get you together with that copywriter, your content creator. Let's get you with Michelle. Let her get your graphics together, because by the time the website process starts, all of that should be done. And
Okay.
that's just my tip to everyone. By the time you say, I'm ready to hire my website designer, developer, your content should be ready, from the written words to your images, your videos, all of the links that you want people to have from your website. All of that should be completely ready to go by the time you say, hey, can I have a meeting with you? I want to create my website. Because now you have an idea, a clear understanding of the purpose your website should be doing. Your website should always be supporting the business move forward. And if it can't do that because you don't understand what your business purpose is, you're going to be lost in just creating a random website. So what's the point of that? Because websites start at $2,000 to really get you going. And I'm not talking about a $500 website that's just maybe some basic photo of you and a couple of words under your picture. Why would you do that? Especially if a lot of folks want a business that can thrive. So the amount of work is going to take to catch up, you might as well do the work early. So by the time you're ready to hit the ground running with your website, you got everything you need.
That makes sense. They can't just hand you a stack. Here it is. Let's get it.
Absolutely not. Or
But you
folks
web
come with
developer,
rent.
you got this.
And that's the issues that a lot of folks I noticed. 2020 folks were coming to me with their just random thoughts, like, I was thinking this, I wanted to do this, and I said, I need you to sit down with yourself and understand what your business is. What does it do? Because my intake form is long. And some
Okay.
folks were just like, oh, I didn't think about these questions. And I'm like, I know. Because by the time you get to me, I see your about page content is two sentences. What am I supposed to do with
Ooh,
this? Because your
ooh.
about page should be the time when you can boast about yourself and also tell people this is why working with me is important. This is what I can help bring to the table for you. These are the benefits of what it is to work with me. If you can't showcase that on your own website, no, nothing that you do on the different channels of social media is going to count, because think about it, it's scattered. You have to depend that people will go to Twitter, people are going to go to Instagram, people are going to go to Facebook, people are going to go to LinkedIn to get a full picture of you and your business. Why not just create the entire picture on your website and then give them the tasty taste buds and say, hey, here's a little appetizer of me on Twitter. Here's a little appetizer of me on LinkedIn. And by the time they come to your
Mhm.
website, they have the entire menu there. They have your whole restaurant there, right? Think of it as buffet style if you want to, a whole sit down, but they have everything on your site. Don't have people wanting for more on your own website. Let them see what it is that you have. And now, I'm not saying dump your kitchen sink over there, but just allow people a full picture of who you are. So by the time they get on the phone with you, they can say, you know what, I seen you on social media. I saw your website. I'm ready to work with you. That's what more people want, but they have not prepared folks for that.
I feel that because I'm working on mine, and I know that you gotta. I know I talk a lot of smack, but I don't really brag on myself. But I need to make sure they know how awesome I am. So that's gonna be a
Right.
little bit work.
Right. Because if you
As
don't brag
Gina
about you,
said,
who else going?
yeah. And you think I would be cool doing it? I'm like, it's kind of weird. But I'm starting to see the more I keep doing this, some people reach out like, well, can you market this? Like, oh, okay, the brand is
Mhm.
growing. All right, we can
Facts.
partner up. Let's get it. You know, somebody in these
Facts.
streets. I reached
Mhm.
500 now. Anybody talk about it?
Come
Like,
on
oh, he got
now.
five. Oh, he got 500 connection. Now he legit.
Yes, yes.
Partnerships I make look easy. Like, Lord, if Shauna knew that first episode, I'm terrified.
And
Yeah,
now
look at people. I'm like,
you
what?
do it with your eyes closed now. You can do it with your eyes closed.
That is kind of weird. That is kind of
See?
weird because that's the niche to make people feel comfortable to share their story. Because I just want to talk smack
Exactly.
about sports, politics. I didn't want to do all this. God, he ain't fair. We do it this way. So all you insecurities, introvert, bump that crap, go on and get out there in these streets and figure everything out. Like, all right, man. I don't want no
Yes,
smoke.
us introverts, we're awesome. So we need folks to see it. So, you know. If anything, especially if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, let your website brag on you. Let your website do it.
Yeah, because I definitely gotta let them know. Books, music, podcasts. Now I'm speaking. Pop out a little bit. I can say a little
Mhm.
something out here. Just saying, trying to get on y'all level. So what else you got going on?
So that those are the main two right now. I know for 2023 we have another summit that we're gonna be working on, and we're definitely stepping it up with the shows. Carl and I are in the talks of maybe two more shows. One
Okay.
mainly for him, one mainly for him, and we definitely want more people to come in and speak. Let people know that you're out there. And like I said, if you are nervous, if you're not sure what to do, where to go, hit us up. realtalklivepodcast.com/bookings. And we are there to help you. If you know you have something that for yourself that you have coming up and you want to talk, you want to share with our community, come on through. We're more than happy to have you on the show.
Okay. I'm definitely see. I already know that theme song got to be banging now. Let them know. Let them know about the boy. Like, yep. He did that. Yeah, I did that one.
See, and we promote people who help us out. We promote our
Oh,
sponsors.
I'm with that teamwork. Vengeance December. I'm with all that.
Yeah, because there's nobody can get to the next level alone. We've always had help. People always have help. If you listen to their stories, even the greatest of the greats, you listen to their stories, they had help. So why not get help? If that's what you know you need, get help. We're here for you. I know, for especially for your website, you're not sure, hit me up. Come and get your strategy. It don't make sense thinking to the last minute for it. I'm ready. If you ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, I got. I'm a high end Negro when it comes to what I do. We gotta be first class with it. Can't be no pop
Boy,
Dollar Tree. We gotta be A1 with it. Like, oh, this Jeff,
thank
yeah.
you. Can you imagine you walking
Ever.
around with your Gucci bag, but you got your Dollar Tree trinkets inside? That's exactly what people do with their website. They have
I mean, my
Dollar Tree
partner.
trinkets on the inside, and they looking like, what happened? So when
I
people go
mean,
there, they're like, what is this? Like, what's happening? Did I get okie doke? So you
my
don't you don't
awesome
want
partner
that.
Gina, she got me looking at that like this is you. You're the brand.
Yeah.
So what you
Yes.
want to wear, what your website gonna look like. And I'm like, my foolish self ain't thought about, that's forever a website. It
Yeah.
can't be bootleg.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Come on now. And
I
even
know
with
people that talk junk, they talk about
because some folks don't
my
even
people. We
think
talk
about,
smack.
yeah, some folks don't even think about photos. Because I'm glad you mentioned it. Photos are so important on your website. You want to make sure that when you're sitting down with a photographer, and I always recommend a photographer, because
Okay.
you taking your own photo is one thing, but the photographer helps you think about, okay, where are you putting this? What are you using it on? Which
Yeah.
platform? Are you going to have it as graphics? You're going to have words next to you. So the photographer can take you in certain angles and in certain atmospheres to allow your brand to come through in the photo. And a lot of folks don't think about it that way. You have to really think back and say, okay, how can I show up and allow people to see, even if they don't hear me, they see
Mhm.
me and they know, okay, she's consistently doing this. Are you fun? Are you somebody that's just laid back? Are your images showing that? If not, then there's a disconnect, and you really, really have to allow yourself to sit down sometimes with a professional. Invest in yourself. Invest in your business. Everything cannot be DIY. That's why I rescue more struggle sites than I thought I could ever do. And I have a struggle site rescue session too. I rescue struggle sites. That's the SOS struggle site rescue. If y'all need it, it's there. I call no names. There is no shame in the struggle site. But sometimes people need to evolve from the DIY. DIY gets you only but so far.
Yeah, I had to get some pictures done so I can start stepping up. Because once you start becoming more of a brand and a business that people recognize, yeah, I mean, you might not made your money yet, but you are something that's out here that people know. Like, oh, you do so and so. So you
Facts.
can't be looking bold out here.
Facts. And people get to know you before they hand over their money. So if they only get to know you as scattered, then are they really handing you money?
Mm-mm.
So you got to figure it out. It can't be both. you got to pick a struggle. It can't be.
Yeah, I need all of it to help people. I need the help. I need all your money. I need all the Fortune 500 to mess with your boy. So I got to
Yeah.
be A1 with it. So they know, oh, I
Yeah.
got money now. We can get this cracking.
Come on, more of us can be winning and at what we do, but we're not ready to invest in ourselves. And that's my mission. My mission and my goal through my podcast, my shows, is to help people and let them know you don't have to struggle. It's unnecessary. Even if you want to take it one step at a time, you can tackle things one step at a time.
Oh, see, Gene become with them hard facts, gangster. You're
Yep.
already in brand, you're already advertising. Yeah, I guess I'm doing that. Do you like what they see?
Do you like what they see? That's the question.
That's a great question.
Do you?
No, I mean, to be, God got me on this. I gotta be transparent. I don't like it, but I'm a smooth debonair brother, but I ain't Black Thor yet. That's the thing I'm
Mm,
working on. So I come through the cut like, oh, I can work with him. I can mark him. Yep, let's get the numbers right. So I'm
right.
working on.
So
But
as long as you map it out for yourself, you'll see yourself transition as all of us will. And because what we see as the audience is you in your path, right? So we don't know if you've reached where the path that you wanted to or not. We don't see that unless you said it to us. So it's really about what do you want to do, and are you mapping it out as your own goal for yourself? And are you saying to each section and each step, this is what I need, this is where I'm going to go? And are you pulling people in at those different steps? Because we pull people in at the times we need them to be, or God brings people into our lives at the time we need them. Sometimes we're not always ready, and that's okay, but you need to start writing things out so you know, oh snap, I did ask for that. People do vision boards every year,
that's true.
every year. And before they know it, when they look back, they're like, oh snap, this was answered, this was answered, this was answered. And what do we always know? God may be answering your call and your request, but not in the way that you thought, not the way you imagined. So you got to get ready.
Yeah, because I know I need more help. Because yeah. Doing all
Yeah,
yourself, it got me here. I gotta give that. Like getting out the mud,
here, here.
that's that real talk right there. When you doing everything yourself, and then eventually start meeting people that work with you to where it keep
Mm-hmm.
growing, where you can step back and it's still growing and moving. Like okay, it's finally working.
Exactly. Exactly. And the people come to you and they help you when they see that you're doing the work. They see, you know what, you really want this. I'm more than happy to help. I'm more than happy to either dedicate my time or give you more of my time than I initially would allow anybody else to have. You see what I'm saying? So it's really about, are you ready? That's a lot of what the brand Misfit is asking you. Are you ready to go on a journey to get yourself where you want to be?
Man, I'm starting last tomorrow. I'm ready to be doing me. I ain't gotta get up
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning and go nowhere. Unless I'm working on music, movies, film, TV, books, something. That's
See,
worth
Gina
getting out.
telling me
Everything
you've
else
been at this 7 seasons. 7 seasons.
yeah,
You
you're
seasoned. You well seasoned.
yeah. The finale is tomorrow, which I'll humbly look back like you rebooted March last year and you had over 150 a
Come
year
on
later.
now.
But I was making a lot of mistakes with the scheduling. Writing it down to yourself was not a good look. So I can say from October to January, a lot of that was snap. I done scheduled 4 people. Well, we gotta do it. Let's grind out, do some push-ups. We gotta grind this out. And I kept doing that for a
See?
minute. That calendar hookup is awesome. Like, hey, go here, pick your day and
Yep.
time. We good. 'Cause
Yeah.
man, I kept
When you know what your purpose is, it's easier for you to now find the technology to support that. Right,
yeah,
so it's we sometimes, not sometimes, most times we do it backwards. We look at the technology, we see people support, telling us about things. Oh, this Calendly is cute, this is cute, this is cute. But then when you get into it, you're like, this don't really fit what I need. So if you sit down with yourself and do the strategy first, then you can start picking out the technology better for your business and yourself. Because if you know what, I'm a procrastinator. I like to do this, this, this. But if I can just send this out one time and then let the system work, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it. That's one more thing off my plate. And that's the goal. The goal is, especially if you're a solopreneur, one more thing off your manual plate that you don't need to worry about. And then before
yeah.
you know it,
I
you
do need
have the
that.
technology. Yeah, you have the systems and the technology that works for you. There's a lot of calendar stuff out there. I like Acuity because it allows people to get text messages. because so not everybody's
Okay.
going to be by their email. So at least they'll get a text message. Oh, boom, reminder, reminder, right? Some people they like Calendly. It's just simpler for them to set up. Other people they use other things. I forgot there was another calendar, Tidy Cal, and all these kind of things.
Okay.
They use different things for different purposes, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure it's going to fit you. How do you move? And is this going to support that? If it's not going to support it, then you just spending money on a technology you don't need.
Yeah, I do need one where, and I put the flyer up, it put on all my
Hmm.
platforms at once. I do gotta find that one.
Right, right.
That's how to market. Okay, go here, log in here, go into here, go. Yeah, I do need that
Hmm.
one boy like send. Good. Make that
Facts,
quick.
facts.
I'm gonna get there. The team is building, slowly building.
Of course, of course.
You know, and she got a point schedule once, which I hate. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's true. Anything
Yes,
else you got
yes.
to market? You got going on coming down the pipeline?
No, just everybody hit me up on LinkedIn. I do have my LinkedIn newsletter. I'm
Okay.
rebuilding up my personal newsletter. I have my email list out there and everything. So definitely come through, connect with me on LinkedIn so you can get the updates. I also have my LinkedIn business page. I try to update that with upcoming things in the business. I'll be
Okay.
posting more for people to connect with my newsletter, my offline newsletter there.
Okay.
So yeah, LinkedIn is going to be one of the best places right now to connect with me, and it will funnel you back to my websites and my
Okay.
other locations, and check out Real Talk Live if you guys are looking for some great content. That's a lot of folks who have shared within the year and a half that Carl and I have been doing this. um, we've had over 100 interviews. So definitely head on over to realtalklivepodcast.com/YouTube. You can check out a lot of our past shows there. Follow us on YouTube so you'll know when we go live. Follow us on LinkedIn as well. We engage and we interact a lot on the LinkedIn because the lives start from LinkedIn. So definitely hit us up.
Gina said y'all got a lot of people y'all know in common.
See,
My
LinkedIn is a
world.
small world.
Small
When
world.
you're active, LinkedIn is a small world.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough for Clarine Mitchell because she really. I was interviewing her, but she was giving me game like you need. No, this is a tool to really get what you're doing out here. You need to be updating it to what you're doing
Yes.
and always active. Like, and I've always keep that in mind. Like, she ain't never lied. She gave some straight Yoda game with that. Real. Shout out to her.
Yeah, she is awesome on that. Yeah, because I had to completely update my LinkedIn profile. Just because when when you're in the game and you're doing so much, you forget all the different places to update. So it's good to create your go-to bio area. I have my notebook, my digital notebook called what is this one? Uh I forgot what they I think it was noting or something like that. I'll drop it
Okay.
because I have it on my website in my toolbox. But I just have a digital notebook where I put a lot of stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And I it's just easier for me to update there. And then if I have to go to Twitter and everything, I just plop, 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 and I'll have to think about it
Okay.
and rewrite it for those different platforms. I can just take a snippet out of my and boop. And then
Nice.
LinkedIn, here's the whole thing. Like, yeah, it's really convenient when you do things like that. Create a nice little area to house everything. Keep a ongoing list of all of your links. Even on your website, if you create a different pages and things like that, and you want to have them to share quickly, have a running list on in a digital notebook where you can just copy, paste, and share it easily to people, and you have that.
That's great. That's that Yoda stuff right there. That's what I'm talking about.
It's been
Mm.
a game. It's been a game changer and a lifesaver because I'd have to think like, what was that link again? Let me go back to the website. Like, nope, I had all the running links there. Anything new, I just keep adding it to the list. So same thing with social media. Anything new, I just keep adding it to the list.
Okay. Um, what have been some challenges on your journey?
Oh my God, the challenge has been to be comfortable enough to be myself. And I was
Ain't
just
that-
talking about that to somebody. Like, I remember I wanted to open up my business and have it for Black women entrepreneurs because
Okay.
that was who I saw so much of struggling in my community.
Mhm.
And I was told 2014, I was told a lot. Oh, you don't want to only talk to Black women. You don't only talk to Black people. You're losing money. That's what that was the thing. You're gonna lose people. You're gonna miss out on so much, so much. And being so generic, nobody was coming. I ain't had nobody. I wasn't getting no businesses. I wasn't getting anybody listening. Nothing. So when I started really honing in on who I was, being comfortable
Mhm.
with it, and I must say, 2020 kind of opened the doors to do that because people really weren't speaking about being yourself as they are now.
Nah, they
Um,
was.
they
Everybody's
weren't.
trying to fake it till you make it.
Right, being vulnerable, being transparent. People were not unifiedly coming out with their choir robes, all singing together as a one. You know, now everybody wearing the same
It's that
choir
fire
robe, and they're
road.
like, doo, doo, doo. Like y'all wasn't singing this tune last time. Like, what you saying?
Yeah.
So
I feel
so
you.
it's it's great to finally folks are allowing you, and I'm going to say that allowing you to feel comfortable to be yourself, and then you don't have to feel like, oh shoot, I can't talk to just Black folk. You know how that's gonna go. People gonna feel the way. Like, why? Because everybody else can speak to Latinas. They can speak
Just a
to
matter.
Asians, they can speak to everybody else, but they can speak to women, and most times it's a default to
Mhm.
white women. They can do that, and nobody's questioning that. But once you say Black anything, it's like, mm, should we support? Is there room for us? Of course, there's room for you. But we're
Wow.
just saying there's a need that we see in our community, and that's why I launched it. And that was my struggle, finding my voice and being comfortable enough to speak and say, this is why, these are the people I'm speaking to, you ladies, this is why I'm speaking to you, and not feel like, oh, the men aren't going to talk to me because they think I only work with women because I'm speaking directly to women. I was like, what? What? What are you talking about? So yeah. So now that the world has caught up, I can be like, whew, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
And I can now freely speak to everybody, but specifically Black women. Yes, the struggle is real out there. I see y'all out there struggling. Um, and I don't want
Mhm.
y'all struggling anymore. It's my, especially those that I've seen in my community. I don't want to see that anymore. Um, but I've also learned that it's okay to also hone in on industries. So for me, my
Mhm.
current industries that I've been honing in on, that I work a lot with, has been, and it wasn't by design, it's just been by default, has been a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants, a lot
Okay.
of speakers. I've noticed that when they come to me, there's so much that they don't have ready. Like, speakers should always start creating, get it to start, that you're creating speaker reels. You're creating 1 minute speaker reels, and you have those ready to showcase that you're a speaker. If you want to speak on a large stage, do you have those mini videos of yourself speaking to a large audience, speaking to a small audience, speaking to anybody? I don't know, audience of stuffed animals, but you speaking to somebody.
Okay. And I mean, everybody know I learned at the business school. We spend 1.3 trillion a year. So that's what people say. Well, what you
Yep.
doing? Now,
Yep.
Gina has a great question. What's something we should think about to reduce the struggle?
The first thing is, and it always comes back to, what is the ultimate purpose of you being in business? That reduces so much of the struggle because then you don't need to be dancing on TikTok. Right? It's okay if you're on TikTok and you're educating. Is
Uh-huh.
that why is education part of what you do? Are you on TikTok because you have a product and you're showcasing your product? Are you on TikTok because you're speaking to people about a struggle that you've seen they go through? Then yes, you can be on these platforms. I think a lot of times we don't understand, why are we here? Why are we in business? Then I need to be on LinkedIn. I need to be talking to more business owners because I see y'all on here. Let me talk to y'all directly here because
Mm-hmm.
you are the decision makers. A lot of folks on LinkedIn are the decision makers ready to do business,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when they get to see you and get to hear from you, then they're like, okay, I want to do business with you. I see what you're saying now. But then Facebook is, so for me, what I've noticed, Facebook is wishy-washy. Folks go on Facebook because they're getting ready for a family reunion. They want to just talk to
Yeah.
their friends. They just want to chill out. Or they probably want to do business too, but you don't know what their mindset always is. Same thing, and same thing with Instagram. Instagram, are they looking
True.
just to look at photos? Are they looking because they're trying to find a solution to something? Are they looking, maybe they're looking for an event? We don't know. But more than likely, once you on LinkedIn, folks are looking to do business or they're looking to refer somebody. That's what we're here to do, is connect and network. That's the whole purpose of a lot of this that we do on LinkedIn, is to network, right? So then
Yeah.
I already know when I'm here, I know my purpose on these different things, because my struggle was always social media and where do I need to be. But I
Yeah.
reduced that because I learned where do I need, what the different platforms are. I had the book was called the Social Media Bible, right?
Okay.
And it's an old book, but it taught me, why did these different platforms get started, and then do I see them progressing, or are they, is the root of these social platforms still the same, but they just do it differently? They're doing more videos, but the purpose is still the same as when they launched. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand that, you have the struggles start to disappear when you understand your purpose for your business, the purpose to
Mm-hmm.
speaking to your audience, and then what's the platform that you're going to use to help you with that. The struggle reduces so much. It gets reduced by so much, because you're not all over the place. You're not listening to the folks telling, oh my god, you can make so much money on TikTok. Okay, thank you, that's not my purpose right now. I'm right here, I'm focused. I'm an Instagrammer. I know my purpose on Instagram. That's where we gonna be, right? You can dip your
Mm-hmm.
toes in in TikTok, but you're not spending hours learning a platform that you probably don't really need to be on.
That's a great point. You gotta understand your brand and how you want
Right.
to
Understand your
utilize it.
brand. Yeah. Because there's folks that will tell you, oh, I don't like my WordPress is my thing, right? There's
Okay.
folks that tell you, I can't stand WordPress. I love me some Squarespace. I love me Wix. I love me that. But then I asked them, okay, but when you grow, what's the next thing that platform is going to do? And then you start hearing them with the struggle woes. Oh, it can't do this. I was like, I know it can't do that because
Well,
I
oh,
start.
shit, sorry.
Folks thinks I started off through Dreamweaver. I started off through Drupal. When WordPress came into my life, I was like, oh, okay, I see the potential here. And then I've seen the growth. And I've tried the other platforms, but I had to learn, why are they here? What's the story they telling everybody? A lot of them is saying, oh, we here for quick and easy. I don't need quick and easy. Is it
Okay.
because I know how to develop? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I also know, can it blog? Is it as good as WordPress? Because WordPress started out as a blogging platform. So
Hmm.
their whole focus was SEO, allowing you to write better, allowing you to have the resources to make it look better, make it easy for you to do that. Get your stuff out and out and done. And everything else was an add-on for that. Can you have a
Okay.
store through WordPress? Of course you can. Can you do teaching and all that and courses? Of course you can, but you always want to be in a space of what's your purpose? Is your purpose to run a store and that's it? I'm a heavy advocate for blogging, a heavy advocate for blogging.
Yeah, it's still around.
Because
I mean, that was
yeah,
big back in the
because even when you have a store, you still should be blogging. And what are you? And I hear it all the time. Well, what should I blog about? All I do is run a store. I just want to sell hats. Well, child, blog about your hats. You should be having multiple photos. That's where your selfies come in, right? That's where the selfies
Yeah,
come in. That's where your
that's true.
DIY photos come in. Those expensive phones we have, take that and start doing selfies about yourself with your hats on. You make jewelry, start showing your jewelry in your photos and start talking about the jewelry in your blog. Hello.
Bars,
Video
bars.
videotape yourself talking about your jewelry, talking about the materials and all this kind of stuff, and then put it on your blog first. Because especially now, Google has been telling us this for years. Google, other search engines have been following Google's lead, have been saying content needs to be of quality and needs to be answering
True.
people's questions.
That's true.
You need to give your voice to your content. Blogging is one of the best ways to do it. You can intertwine video that way. You can intertwine audio that way. And then share it out to the world, but do it on your website first. That's all I ask for folks. Do it on your website first and then start sharing it out to everybody else. Share it out to
Man.
everybody else. I went back to my blog. I started fixing things up. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, LinkedIn, I'm going to share it with LinkedIn on my newsletter. And I give what I already have on my blog. I do snippets of that on LinkedIn. And I tell
Okay.
people come back to my blog and see the rest. If I have 10 items on my blog, I'm giving LinkedIn 3, right? And it say,
Man,
you want the rest? It's on my blog. There you go. And my
man.
blog has been soaring. My stats have been soaring. And I started saying I'm no longer arguing about blogging anymore. No more. You could hire somebody to help you write it. Just get it out of your spirit and put it
Mm-hmm.
on your website. That's all I ask.
See, I don't know middle ground get game like this, man. Only here. And like you just
Come on
like
now.
you dropping mics with all that game. Like you listen to the replay and you got an idea and you ain't doing nothing with it. You just don't want to be no
Yeah.
like,
You just
listen,
don't want to you just don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
you don't want to be
You don't
great
want
yet.
to do it.
You
No.
want to be average.
And that's
You
fine.
can be
That's
great.
fine. But don't woo woo. Don't woo woo about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
let it
You're
go.
right. Don't be like, why you being great? You can be great too. Get in the game.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Call this
Just like
out.
the story when they said it was a storm was coming and God went and sent a police officer, a boat, a helicopter, and then you meet you at the gate talking about why didn't you save me? God said, you see all that stuff I just sent you? Are you for real?
Great. You
Come
ain't
on
lying.
now. Come
You
on
ain't
now.
lying.
So
You are not
that's all I
lying.
got to say.
So, what has been your impact from your perspective with your company?
Oh, my impact has really been seeing people finally understand that they don't need to overthink their websites. They don't need to overthink what type of content they should be doing and how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of folks just think, oh, once I put it up there, everybody's just going to flock. I just send a couple of links out and it's done. Or I put an ad up and everybody's just like, yeah, I got to get this. No,
Oh
it's
man.
just that the educational part has been a bigger impact, especially through the shows. I can never thank Carl enough for getting me getting me in front of the camera because that's just been the game changer of hearing people say that they're grateful of hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
They used to hear people say, but they didn't get the breakdown. They didn't understand it. So the way I'm able to break a couple of things down for folks, simplify it for them, allows them to really get it and say, oh, okay, it doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, no, I don't. I remember I first came up with this show when I was still working at Wayne State's custodian. I had a concept to do it with a coworker, like had a male female perspective, but they was a
Mhm.
little shy about it. Like, well, I'm calling it middle ground with JLE. I'll talk about everything, and was bull jabbing like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Then 2020 happened. Like, well, you can't go to work. What you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well start the podcast now. You got an iPhone. Just
Come
start
on.
talking. And I just started talking.
Yep.
It got over time, got better. Stops. I want to get out of there, get a better job. Then Anchor was like, awesome. I ain't gotta look at nobody. Let's do this. Let's go. And I was grinding like, let's get it. I'm gonna text you the link. We're gonna get it. Then
Yep.
I want to engage people. Like, what you talking about? Ain't no live stream like StreamYard. Like, man, I would come across it. I gotta move along. And just my experience, you learn, you just keep adapting to what's out there to give the product better to the base that you're developing.
Facts.
And just keep doing it.
Facts.
And once you keep doing it, you're gonna start learning like, okay, really ain't that scary. And it's gonna change your mindset. I had
Mm-hmm.
a advisor when I was pulling the trash asking me like, "What school? What you going for? What you want to do with yourself? Like, you want to own a business? Like, well, you need to act like a CEO now. Like, that was like some earth shattering game. Like, now I'm a custodian. Like, that's what you do. That's not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Man, we start to understand this branded thing. Then, like, okay, well, you can't even hang with these people. No, they cool, but nah, your brand need to be what's your brand? Like, nah, you the homie, but nah, I can't roll with you like that. And you just keep developing to where you need to get on the mindset of a owner of a company. I think that's something with our
Mm-hmm.
people on. We don't really think about that perspective. You're a
Facts.
brand in a business. You need to think like and carry yourself because you're gonna get profitable and keep working at it. You're gonna have
Exactly.
naysayers like, man, you doing that bull crap, you ain't made no money. Like, you keep doing the work, you're gonna hit pay dirt like the Beverly Hillbilly show. And you got your plan in place. So
Yep.
once the revenue is there, what you gonna do with it? Getting Cadillacs
Exactly.
ain't the way. They're awesome, but don't blow through it. You'll be back
Come
at
on
square
now.
one. Have a plan. Make sure you keep it
Exactly.
going. Get global. I
Mhm.
want to be global. But if you want to be local,
Come
do what
on.
you do.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't
Exactly.
want to help, just trust the globe. Last question. What advice do you have for someone trying to find their purpose?
My advice is to sit still for a second. Sit still for a second and really understand what speaks to you. And it doesn't have to be you not doing anything, but as you go through your life, as you go through just operating, what is it that you do from daily to annual, monthly? What is it that brings you such joy that you're like, you know what, I don't mind showing other people. When people ask me about it, I just light up about it. I just enjoy it so much. I don't mind. It's something great for that. And start looking for others to help you in that aspect of doing it even better, where it
Mm-hmm.
won't become draining. Because that's where people lose their love and their happiness for stuff, because it becomes a drain on them. When we start to try to make business from something that we love, we're drained because we're running the business aspect. So start finding people to help you run the business aspect so you can focus on what you love, right? If people love helping, they want to get on the ground and they want to speak to the community, then have someone on the back end who takes the phone calls, who's doing the emails, who's helping you get the word out on social media so you can
Mm-hmm.
continue speaking directly and working directly with your clients, with the people. If it's plants that you love growing and you want to be out there as a farmer, or you want to create products, or you want to create oils or anything like that, food, maybe you're a cook, then have
Mm-hmm.
someone on the back end handle all the business part of it so you can focus on you cooking, creating recipes, testing stuff out, doing things like that. Yeah, definitely find what makes you smile in from the inside out, and then start finding people to help you run the business aspect.
That's awesome. I know my brother told me, was it last year? Your podcast is growing, it's good. Just don't lose the love for. Always tackle each new episode. Like it's the first time, and I'm like, how did he know? I was like, I'm getting a little ooh. Like God be knowing, like need that little pep. Hey, shake it off. Get back in the game.
Yeah.
And I found that to each time it's like the first time.
Yes.
And people
Yes.
might look at the episode like, oh, he know. I don't know. I just met this awesome person, but I'm gonna make sure I live to that tagline. We treat you like family. You're gonna be comfortable. And some people I had be
Yes.
stiff, like you gonna get comfortable. I gotta crack a joke, do a jig. You gonna get comfortable because I need your most heartfelt thoughts on that last question.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get that if you.
Facts.
Like, no, you gonna yeah. I'm gonna work. Some people maybe work, like but you're gonna get comfortable. And all
Facts.
right, now I can
Facts.
get the answer. If someone need to hear it. Had a few made me work, like, oh, you gonna really make me okay. I would sing song. I would come up with a crazy story. You were going to get comfortable. Because this show's about you. I guess some
Yes.
people
Yes.
thought I was joking. Like, no, the show, to get to that last question, it's going to be about marketing, promoting you,
Mm.
what you done. But I ain't done nothing. Like, you had a job for 15 years. That's pretty awesome. Some people can't keep a job in a month.
Come
What's your
on now.
motivation? Like, I really need to tell you this, but sure, I'll be your mirror and tell you're awesome. Well,
Mm.
something's driving you to keep going. What's that? So
Right.
anything you're doing is awesome. You know. I hope you had a great time on the show.
I did. I appreciated this time with you.
Yeah, your co-star, he's pretty cool dude, man. He's like, man, I don't mess around on Saturday, but I want to be a part of it. Like, wow, that's respect. Good dude.
Facts. Facts.
Well, any last words before I get you out of here?
Well, I would say live long and prosper like the rest of the
You know about
trees.
that? You know about you know about Star Trek?
Man, man.
What?
But definitely enjoy what y'all doing. Get out here, start planning ahead. As a procrastinator, I'm a lifelong procrastinator, and I tell you,
Oh man.
planning has helped so much. That's something else that helps with the struggle. Just plan ahead, and if you even if you don't know how it's going to get done, just put it down as a part of your plan, and start talking about that plan. Because I've learned when you talk about the plan out loud, other people will hear you and be like, I could chip in there, I could help you. LinkedIn
Yeah.
is one of the places that I hear people say it all the time. How can I support you? Hmm,
Mm-hmm.
this is on my plan. If you know anybody, let me know. And before you know it, folks just start sending people to you like, oh yeah, I think you could connect and follow and see what they're doing, and reach out to them. They probably might be a good fit with you and stuff like that. So yeah, write down your plan and talk about it so other people can help you.
I was humbled by my connections when Terry Brinston had a virtual conference last month to help kids. I just put it
Mhm.
out. She got this thing going. I'm gonna speak at it. If you can be a part of it, reach out to her. And I looked up. It was like over 800 people looking. Like, whoa, that's pretty cool. She had got enough people she needed to be people to speak. So
Nice.
your connections will rock with you, which is pretty cool.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So y'all got a lot of game for free today. Y'all you better watch the show. Tell someone about this. Go check out their show. I'd like to thank the website architect and full stack web developer, co-host of Real Talk Live podcast. Check him out on LinkedIn. And the founder CEO of Brooklyn Custom Designs, the brand misfit Charlene Brown, Doctor of Management. She's awesome and check them out.
Thank you. And don't forget nextlevelbusinessmoves.com. Get those VIP hot seats while they last.
Yeah, I'll put all that in the description. They know to click on your links and get all this awesome stuff y'all got going on.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you for doing it.
I appreciate you.
About to end with this awesome intro outro that I made
Yes.
myself. With the JLE Worlds. That's the album cover. If you don't know, go check that
Mm.
second album. That was awesome. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Till tomorrow.
313 Detroit love, the Motor City. Detroit love, can't nothing stop me. Detroit love, I love my city. Detroit love, that 313. Detroit raised me. Detroit.